umpire will start off this match between these two ladies. Actually, Jan, Marianne, and Anne-Marie were the only two in the finals that remained in the top 5 throughout the whole event.
Yeah, and they were kind of nip and tuck yesterday for second and third position.
Oh, what a start for this lady. That's right. Anne-Marie was saying all day long she was actually trying to catch Marianne, and she said, I'm sure at one point, you know, she went around her one game and came back, but they were very close. 64th career television appearance for Anne-Marie-Duggan. Incredible. Lots of TV experience, and light hit shakes up the pins.
4, 5, 7 going out last. That's that ball roll. It's a different ball roll than we used to see with Anne-Marie-Duggan. She has a lot more forward roll on her ball, and she's able to get it through the lane. She said she likes her equipment. It goes longer for her than some of the balls she threw previously. She's really enjoying being able to roll the ball more instead of throwing it, having to throw it through the heads.
How do you develop more roll, Jan?
Well, she did a few things, actually. She untucked her pinky finger. She used to tuck that, which actually caused her to come over the ball a little bit more. So she's trying to untuck that, stay behind the ball a little bit more. She's also worked on a few things with Carol Giannotti Block, taping an index finger in, which would keep her behind the ball more. She's not doing that tonight, but it's something she's tried.
Taping her index finger to her middle finger?
Exactly.
Interesting. Unlike Leanne Barrett, who we saw such a wide spread between her index finger and her ring finger. And another light hit. Marianne Dirupo carries the double. Well, this lady thought her ball speed this week actually helped her out with scoring.
It was critical to get the ball down the lane. You see, Marianne just picked up an actual different ball. It looks the same to you, but it's a different drilling of the same bowling ball, using one on each lane. Marianne Dirupo does that quite frequently.
Something the pros have to be able to do. Don't be afraid to switch balls, even if it means just lane to lane. And Dirupo with 3 in a row.
Equipment is such a big part of the game this week. I know Marianne told me, and I know the other ladies also, Anne-Marie, they had to use equipment this week that went real long down the lane, and that's why ball speed was critical. There was a lot of early hook. You had to get it through the heads and create some back-end reaction.
Anne-Marie looking down at the lane, uncertain why she went Brooklyn.
I don't think she knows what happened there. This was that shot. She has her knees bent. Anne-Marie has a 4-step approach. Relaxed arm swing. Real high backswing, though. Head high. Look at the deep knee bend. Strong finish position. Behind the ball more than she used to be at the finish. I should say at the release point.
Well, trailing by 11 pins going into the 4th frame. Anne-Marie also takes very well care of herself. I know she does a lot of exercise. She was talking about using her Nordic track while the ladies were off. They were only off for 3 weeks, though, between the summer tour and this particular event.
It wasn't long. She said she did a lot of swimming also, aerobic type exercises and stretching in a pool, which she recently had put in at her home.
Coming up light, leaving the 2-8. She converted this last match.
Marianne looking down, saying, hey, I'm not going to watch what's going on. This week, as you just saw Anne-Marie go Brooklyn, it was very easy to Brooklyn or get a lucky nosedive, or it seemed to be for several people, because, and you don't even know what happened. You thought you made a decent shot.
Well, Anne-Marie-Duggan once again converts the 2-8, but she still trails Marianne Dirupo by 13 pins.
But my point to that being that Marianne probably wouldn't want to see if Anne-Marie got a good break.
And we mentioned the TV pair averages in the opening. Marianne Dirupo with the highest average of the 5 finalists on the TV pair, 232. And 4 in a row. Now, you thought, Jan, that this would give her a little more confidence.
Yeah, I did, but
But
several players it does, but some it doesn't, right? Because there's so much difference going on in the lanes from day to day. But to average 232 for 4 games, and she said she didn't hit it yesterday morning, but that was over 3 days actually. That's a pretty consistent average on a pair, pretty good average.
Marianne with a 23-pin lead. Makes it 33 with a strike there in the 5th. She failed to win a tournament last year as well. Second in the Little Rock and the U.S. Open.
Halfway down the lane, she's left to 20 at the set-down point, getting out to about 15, just a little break back.
Nice little tap from the 6-pin.
Thank you.
Coming up through the nose.
A little bit of a smile there from Anne-Marie. Hey, wait a minute. I went Brooklyn last time. What's going on out there?
You'd think Anne-Marie would have a little bit of an advantage by just bowling a game on the pair jam.
They may be changing quickly out there. They did. It would seem like... Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Critical error there. Again, miss spare. Don't see that happen too often where the 6 actually goes in front of the 10.
No, you know, Anne-Marie and I talked about this in warm-ups, I believe it was yesterday, about how much the spare balls were hooking. The day before they were. Yesterday there was more conditioner in the middle of the lane, and they didn't hook so much. This looks like the day before. It's real easy to hook by a spare even with a plastic bowling ball.
You know when you're in trouble? When the spare balls start hooking too much. Marianne Dirupo right now with the first 5 strikes. Normally we'd go to commercial at this point in time. However, we do not want to take away the momentum. This lady right here.
Marianne with 6 300 games to her credit.
Oh, nice trip 4. She's halfway there.
Slapping the 10s and tripping the 4s. She has it all going right now. And there's the same shot as you just saw. Coming up just a hair high.
Oh, we had a 300 shot earlier this year on tour.
Head pin off the wall, coming back, just taking out the 4. Marianne glazed up at the stars on that one also.
I mentioned that other 300, Michelle Feldman was the professional that did it. Is she going to get the messenger? Oh, she does not. And she made it halfway there, but a 10-pin in the 7th stops her. That had to be quite a moment.
It was incredible. Something very big for women, any women's professional sport, particularly women's professional bowling. And the way it happened was so incredible. The pin fell at the last minute, just like you just saw a 4-pin go down late.
Well, she converts the spare. It's exciting so far. Don't go away. We'll have more excitement from Don Carter Lanes here in Rockford, Illinois. Stay with us. And we're back here at Don Carter Lanes in Rockford, Illinois. We're in the semifinal match of the Hammer Players Championship. Anne-Marie-Duggan. Oh, 7-pin falls at the last minute. Trails right now by 55 pins.
Yeah, she said, you know, all right, the 7-pin fell, but you could read in her face she knows she needed the strike, not just a spare.
She really did need to go all the way at that point to try to catch Marianne.
Okay, now notice how she killed that ball. She just dumped it, killed her spare ball. She hadn't been having to kill it, but after hooking by that 6-10, chopping the 6 off in front. She used to do that, like I said, with her strike ball, but now having to do it with her spare ball.
And going light. Just unable to really get it back together this game. Now she just defeated Jackie Mickiewicz. Get that right. 238 to 222.
Well, the last couple shots with a little bit of break could have been 3 strikes in a row, but
Marianne Dirupo asking for a re-rack.
Ladies are allowed 2 re-recs during the televised finals per game. During the week of competition, we're allowed 5 a game.
It's the U.S. Amateur Golf Championships. Who will win the title of being the next U.S. Amateur Champion? ESPN invites you to watch the final round of the U.S. Amateur Open Golf Championship. That'll be Friday, 4 p.m. Eastern.
Marianne picked the right rack. Back on her strikes again.
Possible 279. Not a bad opening start here. Maybe intimidate Wendy McPherson-Papanos a little bit.
Yeah, Marianne looked real good in warm-ups, and appears she still has the same basic shot she had earlier on.
Think it's the jewelry?
Maybe. And she'll be wearing this jewelry from now on, that's for sure.
Oh. Normally you'd call that a fast 8, but...
fast 9?
Fast 9, yeah. Pin off the wall.
Ball again, driving very hard.
Marianne has been unable to win a title since 1995. She has 3 national titles, though.
She was winning when she first came out, 1 a year, 93, 94, 95.
That's right, and last year everybody was pulling for her to continue that streak, try to get a title there in 96, but 2 second-place finishes. And Anne-Marie-Duggan finds the pocket, but unfortunately it's going to be a little late.
This match is already over. Best Anne-Marie could shoot is 213. Marianne has 219 without throwing another shot.
And there's a look at the scoreboard. It's really not that Anne-Marie has bowled a bad game. It's just Marianne Dirupo has bowled a phenomenal game. What do you do when your opponent comes out and throws the first 6 at you?
You just get up and try to strike and say, oh, well. I mean, there's nothing you can do. You know, and this is a little bit different because this is winner take all here every match. But throughout the week, obviously, you're going to lose those 30 bonus pins, but you're still trying to get the most pins you can to add to your scores total for the week.
And just trying to finish up, picking up a spare ball. Well, she won the last week. The ladies were on tour. And she'll settle for 3rd place here this week. A nice check for $4,600. This is a major tournament. Prize fund a bit higher, a lot more at stake. And heck, she's already won this event, 1995. Yeah. She was the Hammer Players Championship winner.
She would have been the first lady to have won it twice if she won here as the Players Championship, as the Hammer Players Championship.
That's right, and I did talk about the 25-year history here in Rockford, Illinois. There has been one professional that has bowled in all 25 of those events, a very good friend of mine, Lori Nichols, and she happens to be the only player to ever win this tournament 3 times.
That's right.
Congratulations, Lori. She said she would bowl as long as she could walk. She would be bowling in this tournament. You know what? I'm going to hold her to that. I'll call her up every week before this event. Say, you walking?
Yeah, 3 times. And only 2 ladies have won it twice, Lisa Wagner and Patty Costello. Everyone else, 1 time only in those 25 years.
Incredible. And we must mention that Rockford, Illinois is the home of the Ladies Pro Bowlers Tour. That all happened in 1981. 81. And a hug from Marianne Dirupo. Anne-Marie finishing 3rd. Marianne Dirupo will advance to meet Wendy McPherson-Papanos. We'll be back, though, with championship frame and more action here at Don Carter Lane.